What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Unfortunately, the other day, my internet just went kaput in the middle of the watchtower. That's unfortunate. Look, my internet provider is absolutely trash. I say it all the time. I don't have any other providers in my area that I could get unless I reached out to Elon Musk. It was like, hey, I want your Starlink here. But even then, I don't know if that would be better than what I have. Regardless, because I can't do a live show, I wanted to talk about the topics that I was going to discuss on the Watchtower right now. And it's things from the Batman Part 2. Look, I know I discussed most of it in the beginning of that episode the other day, but I want to talk about it a little bit more here and finish what I was saying as the service was breaking up. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about some things that are being said and shown about Superman that is out there. And we got an interview actually this morning from a bunch of people. Actually, there's a bunch of interviews out there with James Gunn from people who saw the movie, and I kind of want to take one that I watched that I really enjoyed, and we'll watch it, take a look at it, and I want to discuss it. So let's move on to the first thing. Again, I already talked about this, but I want to talk about it one more time. Matt Reeves has officially talked about Batman Part 2 in the script. Look, he posted on Threads, on Twitter that, I think it was just Twitter, but regardless, he posted a picture of the script. You see the Batman logo there. It says The Batman Part 2 by Matt Reeves and Mattson Tomlin. He says partners in crime. And then in brackets, fighters. Or in parentheses, whatever. And that's it. That's the Batman Part 2 script there, guys. There it is. James Gunn did, on Threads, repost it with little eyes like, hey. Now, what's crazy is this is an absolute phenomenal thing for people who are excited about the Batman. I know a lot of you understand and realize, like, I am not a huge fan of Matt Reeves' The Batman. I wasn't. That doesn't mean I'm not excited about this movie coming. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to give it a shot. Maybe I'm going to like this one better than I liked the first one. I hope. Batman is my favorite superhero, so I'm hoping I like it. But here's the thing. This is great news because this is going to remove and get rid of all these questions and ridiculous theories and ideas that people have about what's going on with this script. When is it happening? When's the script going to get done? When's the movie going to get made? Is it going to get made? Is it part of the DCU? And they're going to stop asking James Gunn and stop making up these ridiculous stories, right? Well, not so much, because we, unfortunately, have our boy, Matt Jarbo, making up stories and lies and misinformation based on what Matt Reeves posted here. He goes, the Batman Part 2 script is actually bad for Superman. And he made a whole long thread about it. I'm not going to share it. I'm not going to give him the time of day. If you want to go read it, go find him on X and read it. I don't care. It's stupid because it isn't bad for Superman. It is absolutely a good thing for not just Superman, but for Batman, for Matt Reeves, for James Gunn, for the DCU, the DC Studios, for Warner Brothers. Everything about this coming out is good for everybody and everything around it. Why is it good? Well, first off, the fact that the script is done removes this idea that people have been spreading around for quite some time that, well, they're waiting for Superman to come out because if Superman is good, then they'll just release Matt Reeves' Batman as an Elseworld story. And that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting to see if Superman comes out. If it's good, then Reeves' Batman is going to be Elseworld. But if it's bad, well, then they're just going to shoehorn Matt Reeves' Batman into the DCU and say, well, that's what we've been planning the whole time. No. The fact that they're showcasing that this is done, Matt Reeves is like, look, it's done. Here it is. It's showing everybody, like, look, we have confidence in Superman. We have confidence in Matt Reeves' Batman. These two things can live simultaneously. One Elseworlds, one DCU. That is fine. This is going to happen. It is a good thing. because you're going to have the fans of the Batman, those fans, like these so-called quote-unquote haters, naysayers, whatever you want to call them, Snyder cultists for the DCU, a lot of them apparently are fans of the Batman, which some of them, I don't get why they are, because they hate everything that's not Snyder. Some of them, not all of them. But regardless, they should be partying in the streets right now. But instead, what they're doing is they're finding a way to twist and make this a negative, trying to find a way to turn this around and make this a bad thing on DC Studios and the DC brand. You can sit there and see, like, no matter what is happening with DC, whether it's James Gunn related or not, they're twisting it and making it negative, and it's pathetic. It's regardless of what it is, it's ridiculous. As I just said a little bit ago, I'm not a fan of Matt Reeves' The Batman, but I'm excited that this is done. I'm excited for multiple reasons, because one, yes, it should shut everybody up, but for two, like, I'm going to want to see this because I'm a Batman fan. I'm a fan of DC. Regardless if I liked the last one or not, I'm still going to see it because I'm a fan of DC first, and I want to see where the story goes and if I'm going to like it or not. So, to me, it's just wild. This is good for DC Studios because it's another property. It's another auteur director. It's somebody who is a great filmmaker that is going to be making a DC IP. So it's great for DC Studios. It's great for Superman because it shows, look, they're not waiting to see what happens with Superman because they have all the confidence in the world in Superman that it's going to do well. It's going to do well. And it's great for Warner Brothers because, again, it's under their umbrella. So this whole idea that Matt Jarbo's trying to make a point here, no, he's just trying to make noise because he feels lonely in his little man cave or whatever it is, because he's been getting into fights with a lot of people lately, and people have been unfriending him and unfollowing him because of it. That's all it really comes down to. Anyways, moving on to the next thing. They've been sharing little bits and pieces of things from Superman, and I have to share this because I think this is just adorable. Everything with Krypto is absolutely adorable, and it's just Krypto's DC Film News says Krypto is living his best life on the Kent farm, and it's just an adorable little clip of him playing with a cow. Come on. It's just, this is the kind of stuff that you want to see, that, like, you look at this and it's like, this is a comic panel brought to life. It is a comic panel brought to life. It is phenomenal to see something like this, and I love to see it. I think this is great. To me, like, I know that people complain about this whole idea of having Krypto in the movie, which is wild to me because it's comic accurate. It's from the comics. Oh, but it's not the actual comic accurate Krypto. Actually, yes, there is a Krypto that looks similar to this in the comics. But again, allow the artist to make his vision. We see things change in comics all the time. Things adapt over time and change over time. That's allowed to happen. But the fact of the matter is, utilizing Krypto in marketing is going to pull in the younger audience. And that's one of the reasons why I think Superman is going to do so well at the box office, because of, like, my 5-year-old, she is ecstatic about Superman. A 5-year-old. She is absolutely ecstatic about it. Is it because of Superman? Sure, she sees Superman, she knows it's Superman, but every time she sees Krypto, she, like, her face just brightens up. She gets so excited because of Krypto. So I'm taking my 5-year-old to go see Superman because of that. So there's ticket sale right there, because she wants to see Superman because of Krypto. That is smart marketing. That is smart filmmaking, because you want to hit all quadrants. You want to hit those 4 quadrants when you're making a film like this. And it makes sense. Totally makes sense. Next up, we got a clip from, I believe it was Jimmy Kimmel Live. Yes, it says it right there. That is about, this clip here, it showcases Lex Luthor and Superman, and I don't know who this guy is here, but we'll play through it a little bit. Superman busts through the door. bust through the door, and you see the guy fall down. It's a little humorous. I mean, again, we know it's a James Gunn film, so we know there's going to be some humor in it, and that's fine. I'm all for it. So it's great. In the back here, you see Miss Teschmacher, who's sitting in the back, and you see Lex. He just kind of looks at the door. He's just looking like, oh, okay, there's the door. And that guy's all scared, and Superman walks in, and he's walking in like almost like he owns the place. He just walks in. All right, he comes in, and Lex is like, and we finally meet. So this is the first meeting of Superman and Lex Luthor in this movie. Keep that in mind. Where's the dog? He's freaking out. He's like, where's the dog? Now, if you're somebody who likes to theorize like I do, and we've seen these the trailers and stuff like that, you start to kind of like try to put the story together a little bit. I'm thinking what happens is when Lex goes to the Fortress of Solitude, because we see Krypto fight the engineer, I'm thinking they take Krypto at that time. I think they take Krypto while they're there. That's just my theory. All right. Now we see Teschmacher sitting there recording on her phone, whether it's on like a live TikTok, Facebook, X, whatever it is. She's live recording, most likely, what's going on here. And this is all about trying to tarnish the reception of Superman any way possible, because that's what Lex Luthor's trying to do, trying to hurt the way that everyone views Superman. And having Superman come in here and he's angry, pissed off, freaking out. That is what they're trying to do here. But Lex Luthor is just playing it cool. Like, what are you talking about? What dog? My favorite part here is when he sees Superman go to grab the table, and Lex just grabs his coffee cup, and just stays and just sits there and looks at him and him throw the table or the desk. I love that part there. I think it's great. Everything that Nicholas Hoult does here is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. His performance is like, this is the Lex Luthor that we have been waiting for. Look, and that's not to say that Michael Rosenbaum wasn't great. Even Kevin Spacey was great. Gene Hackman was amazing. And so many others have been great as Lex Luthor. But this Lex Luthor is something, I think this is going to be something that we've never expected that we've needed before. And then there's even a little bit of doubt there in Superman for a second. Like there's a little bit of doubt. But he's like, no. And then, right there, that little quip that Lex does as he's drinking. Little ugly dog in a cape. Like that. That is a masterclass. It is a master class. Like, we get some other scenes. There's other scenes that have dropped, some with the Daily Planet. We've seen some things, but that is the clip that I really, really wanted to show, because I think it showcases two of the most important characters in this movie, which is Lex and Superman. And it does it masterfully. But then there's people who are like, oh, why would Superman act that way? Well, we've seen Superman in previous iterations act this way before. This isn't anything new. Superman has emotion. He's allowed to have emotion. He isn't, even in the comics, he has emotion. It's okay for him to get upset, especially when you mess with the things and people that he loves. He's allowed to get upset and angry. It's okay. That is allowed. But he doesn't typically do it in front of the mass general audience of people in the world. And that's what's going to kind of screw everything up here, as you see as Miss Teschmacher is recording him. And I think that's what's going to affect the overall perception of him in the movie. So I can't wait for that. Now, RJ, our own friend, Resident Justice, does describe the final film as a live-action episode of Superman, the animated series. He said it's very Silver Age. It's got a lot of those sci-fi tropes. It's big in spectacle, drama, and laughs. But more importantly, it's big in its heart. It's a very earnest film. That, to me, is exciting. Now, Viewer Anon says the final cut has been described as Superman 2 on steroids. Very silly, very big. Now, I wouldn't say Superman 2 was very silly. I mean, it had, it's humor, but I wouldn't say it was silly. Regardless, this is all great news. This is all great things to hear about this movie. Absolutely. And when we've been hearing about people coming out of these viewings, and obviously they can't talk about it yet because of the restriction on what they can and can't say. They can't say anything really until July 8th. But the fact that they've come out and they've just been like, yo, I saw it. That's pretty amazing. Like that, like just getting that much. We heard, I think John Campea said that he's heard from a couple people. One person didn't like it. And here's the thing, there's going to be people that don't like it. Okay? There absolutely are going to be people that don't like it. I'm not going to sit here and say that 100% of the people are going to like this movie. We know that that's not going to be the case. No movie ever has 100% of the people that love that movie. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. So I know, sitting here, I know for a fact, 100% of the people that see this movie, they're not going to like it, and that's fine. But if it's going to be more than 50%, more than 60%, more than 80%, that's going to be the question. Regardless, I think it's great that we're hearing all of this positive information come from this, from people that have heard or talked to people that have seen the movie. That's what's positive and exciting. Now, finally, the last thing I want to talk about is this interview that Brandon Davis did with James Gunn. All right. I think this is a really cool interview. I encourage you all to go watch it on Brandon Davis's channel on YouTube. He runs a page called Phase Hero now. He talks about how Superman has become such in this movie that James Gunn created. He wants to be Superman. After watching it, he looks at Superman. He's like, I want to be Superman. I don't remember watching Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Justice League, ever sitting there saying, I would want to be Superman. That is something that I sit here and I think, and let me see if I can go back to playing the whole clip. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's the whole thing there. Like, I've never sat there and watched a Superman movie thinking I want to be that guy. So if that is a reaction that I can get or other people can get, that is crazy. That's different than what we've ever seen before, and that's exciting. That's exciting. That's different, and that's what we want. We want different. We don't want the same thing over and over again. Let's see. Keep going. Yes, he has. He has. All right, so I'm going to stop it there. The reason why is there are some minor potential spoilers in the rest of the interview. So if you want, I encourage you to go watch it. Again, there's some minor spoilers in the interview. You can go watch it. But I love the way that he's approaching Superman. It's different. Like I said, this is the whole idea behind this movie, is going towards looking at Superman in a different way, in a different approach, and I love it. I can't wait for this movie. This movie is going to be phenomenal. I cannot wait. But guys, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Let me know, are you excited about Superman? Do you have your tickets yet? I want to know, do you have your tickets yet for Superman? Because I got my tickets. Do you have yours? I want to know. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe. Let me know what you think about all this. Are you excited that the script for the Batman 2 is done? I know a lot of people are excited, but let me know all your thoughts on all of this. Again, make sure you follow me on all the socials, and check out SlavsFreeTalk.com as well. But with all that said, guys, I will catch you all later.